Knowledge, it ain't free. You gotta pay attention.
A dynasty in motion, reshaping the sport's greatest tradition, channeling the legends of his line and surpassing them. 4 of the last 6 Derby winners carry his genes. A Golden Son, a Horse of the Year. Another chapter written beneath those iconic spires. Derby dreams fulfilled for the titans of our industry. From authentic to sovereignty, a legacy both real and supreme. Into mischief.
And they're off in the Kentucky Derby.
You're watching Past the Wire TV, the biggest races at the best tracks. From the Kentucky Derby to the Breeders' Cup. The best horse racing coverage is right here on Past the Wire TV.
It's always a pleasure for me, Jonathan, to be with you. You were the first person to give me an interview when I came to United States, so I will be grateful to you forever.
I knew you were one of the best riders in the world.
Legend himself, Frankie Dettori. Ciao, Frankie. Tutto a posto.
Tutto a posto. Yes, that's a good start. So you haven't lost.
Hello, everyone. Here we are on opening weekend here at Saratoga. The day after the 4th, we're going to be playing on Saturday. Hope everyone had a good 4th. Hope you were safe. Everything was good there. Recap from last week at Churchill Downs. We did not hit the pick 5. We hit 4 out of 5. But everyone that did ask for my entire card on Saturday that shot me an email, they all know that I did hit the pick 6 there at Churchill Downs. Yes, let's don't get all excited. It didn't pay great. So, but we had some fun. We hit some exactas. We had some winners. All my long shots in some of my multiple races in my pick 6, they finished 3rd and 2nd. They just didn't have enough to get to the wire, first. So, it was the way it is, the way you play it. But at least we did something with the money, when I played the pick 6. I just didn't quite hit the pick 5. We changed it up a little bit there. But anyway, we're going to do Saratoga this Saturday. And like I said, if you have any questions, shoot me an email. If it's about owning horses, claiming, why do trainers do a certain thing, or any questions like that, or about the whole entire card for Saratoga on Saturday, you could always shoot me that email. And I want to thank Race Lens for all the tools they give us here for this show. And we also want to thank all of our sponsors here, like Pleasant Acres with Neolithic with the stallion that's been doing very well, by the way. But let's go and dive into Saratoga. This will be Saturday, the 5th of July. And here we go. We're going to start off in the 9th race. Okay, I think there's 3, might be 4 stakes races. There's 3 for sure. I'm going to do this race and allowance race, and of course we're going to do the Belmont Oaks. Anyway, we're going to start here. If they're going 7 furlongs on the main track, this is for 3-year-olds and up. If this is an optional claiming, okay, of 45,000. All right, the number 1 horse. You can look at this horse here, especially the last couple of times out. Going 7 furlongs. Remember today, This horse does have some speed, a little closing. It does okay. This horse overall looks pretty good. Um, has a little talent there. Does he have enough to win is the question. In my opinion, no. He does have a nice little late pace. Look, he's 78 in the early, middle is 82. So he keeps on picking it up as he goes. So 7 furlongs should be okay, even though the one last time he ran 7 furlongs, it didn't look too good. But the time before that, it looked pretty good. So you got Santana taking over. So when Santana and the trainer Edward here, they get 67% plus 65% on the ROI, which is very good on your return on investment. But for me, this horse, I think it's on the bottom side of the exotics. I like this horse more or less on the bottom side of, the exactas and some tries in there. I think there's a couple other horses that look very good. The 2. Horse has been not bad at all. Been knocking on the door of late, sitting right there, but just can't quite get the job done. When this horse, when he ran against non-winners of 1, he won. That was 3 back. Did okay there. Looked good. Closing in the lane. Everything. He's a good closer. Come from behind her, 10-1. I would probably demand 10-1 or better if I'm going to place money on this horse. I think he's just a little bit above his pay grade here, but he does finish very well. Look at this late pace of 115, going 55, 72, and 115. I just think he's going to be left in the way back in the beginning, and it might be a little too late, maybe. But that's what I think. If you're going to play it, I personally would just use it on the bottom side of the exotics, but I'm personally not going to. 3rd race after a layoff, looking for improvement is the angle. I'm going to look elsewhere. Now, the 3. This horse last time here, the race by himself out there on the lead. Could have that. Could be there by himself, I should say. But for me, I'm going to take a major pass on this horse. I think this horse is over his head against some of these other horses. Nice horse for some high stake, high claiming, low allowance races. But for me, not today. Now, the 4. Look at this horse. Sits there. He could rate. This horse could rate. Take the lead. I think this is your leader. Good luck trying to catch him. Look how this horse does. Early pace 105. They're projecting 97, and then kicks it back in again, a 114. Now, yes, you look at the last 4, 5, 6, 7 races. Yeah, all 6 furlongs, okay? But I think this horse could have that lead. It's going to be very tough to catch. The horse to catch. And look who's jumping on it. Luis Saez. You got Norm Casey doing very good. He's got really good numbers coming around now. When Luis and Norm hook up, they're 39% plus 56% ROI. Really good numbers there. And the angle here is the horse won last as a favorite. Yeah, it was even money there. So, and he even bobbled at the start. So, horse is going to, I think, still improve. So look out for this horse. I think this is one of the 2 horses I think are just the ones to beat in this race, period. Five. Okay. Interesting horse. Going to have some speed. Questioning is he going to go head-to-head with the 4? I don't know. With Kendrick aboard, this horse is going to break good. Most of the time, Kendrick gets him out of the gate excellent. He's great with speed horses. That's what this horse is. Now, if this horse, like the time before, it looks like it just caved in at the end. So I'm kind of thinking this horse is kind of going to do this again, but he will be up there for a while. This is probably the 4's main competition on the front end, but I think this horse is at best for the trifectas, bottom side, and that's how I'm going to play it personally. So, excuse me. And then I think overall the horse has got tons of talent, but the horse won last time as a favorite, but it was almost 2.5 to 1 favorite. So I'm going to just say bottom side of my exotics, the horse has got talent. Will be up there with the 4 running, but I just don't. I think there's another horse that could still win this race. And here it is. I think this horse has a heck of a shot. Okay, this horse will close. He's going to sit mid-pack. I think with that speed up there, this is the one that's really going to be flying late. Even though last time this horse ran very even, I still like that race. You watch that race, running wide, not super wide, but ran wide pretty much around that final turn. If you watch that, this horse, I think is going to kick it in. I think he's going to sit mid-pack. He's going to have to probably most likely go wide unless the rail opens up big time. You got Pratt aboard. You got to like that part. And here's the best part, I think, at 5 to 1. This is the horse who's going to be flying at the end. Does have a shot at that. So look out. I think this is a major player. The 7. Last time out, ran pretty even overall. The time before that, ran even. Time before that, didn't do anything, but still ran even. So horse is on the wrong path. This is the first time gelding, so is he going to wake up? There is the big question mark. Big question mark there. So, because usually when you cut them, and it depends how they've been training sometimes, but I don't, like I said, I don't care about times. It's if it's consistent. June the 29th. You got June the 20th. That's 9 days. You got June the 12th. You know. So you got 8 days. So anyway, a pretty good pattern there. So he's been cut. So I would watch a race. Personally, I want to watch a race. I just don't see enough there to see if there's going to be that much improvement. Could be. Look out. If you got a few dollars, if this horse climbs up there in double digits, maybe you want to place a little bet. But other than that, that's it. I would play that on the back side of my exotics, the bottom side, and that's about it. The 8 was in a claiming of 21, did okay, did what it was supposed to do, did well on that race. I think this horse is stepping up just a little bit too much here. I like Dylan jumping aboard. I do like that part, staying aboard, I should say. I like that part of it, but for me, I'm taking a seat back. I'm going to just take a major pass on this horse. I don't see how this horse could even come close to beating those 2 speed horses. Plus, there's a couple other come from behinders. This horse is going to have to step it up a notch. So, there we have it, the 9th race. A couple of short fields in this weekend at Saratoga, but hey, it's the way it is sometimes. What we're going to go and do is we're going to go and see what race lens, how they think this race is going to pan out from start to finish. And here we go. All right, then. First, let's look at my adjusted win percentage, probable factors. I'm going to tell you my numbers here. Come on, open up. I guess it doesn't want to. Let's try it one more time. There it is. All right. We got speed at 4, and we have class, form, distance, jockey, and jockey trainer all at 3. We have the pace at 4, trainer, track, angles, and track addition all at 3 on the main track at Saratoga. Okay? So here we have it. This is what they see. They see the 4 and the 3 out in front there. I think the 5 might be up there myself a little bit, but the 4 definitely is going to be up there. 5, maybe the 3. Personally, that's how I see it. They see it in midway. They think the 4 is still going to have the lead, which I do see that. And at the end, they see the 4 winning at a very high percentage, 78%. I agree that this horse is the one to beat, period. But I believe the 6 has got a heck of a shot. The 5 does have a heck of a shot. They got that second. They got the 7 third at 3%, the 2 at 3%, and 6 at 3%. So I have it 4, 6, 5, and the 1. Okay, let's look at true odds. They got the 4 at 1 to 4. Morning line at 3 to 1. I don't think we're going to see 1 to 4. I'm hoping not. But we probably will see even money on this horse on the 4, probably. That's how I think. That's how it's going to pan out. So we'll check it all out. So now on to the big race there at the Belmont Oaks. Before we get there, there's a few spots left on our syndication of owning. And we're going to do some pin hooking, which means you buy a young one and sell it when it's a little older. And hopefully, the whole key is to make a profit, of course. And then we're going to do racing, of course, which could be claiming or buying a horse that's in training to go start as a 2-year-old or whatever. But anyway, we still got a few spots open. So send me an email if you're interested, and we'll get all hooked up there. And remember one thing, once again, if you haven't subscribed, hit that button down there, the subscribe button. There's a little bell there. You get all the alerts. You get every show that's coming up. You're going to get every show on these Saratoga. John and them, they love doing their shows, the Saratoga shows. And then right after basically Saratoga, we got Kentucky Downs, Del Mar. We got some really nice tracks coming up this summer. So let's, stay tuned. So just hit that little bell and you'll get every one of those shows. Now, let's go on to the 11th race. And here we go. Well, the number 1 horse here got a great name for Saratoga this weekend. Warming, huh? Yeah. The horse is starting to warm up. Let's put it this way. Look at this horse. He's only had 3 races. Ram Motion is the trainer. He does excellent with horses. Excellent trainer, especially for turf. But he's just an excellent trainer all the way around. Franco jumps back on this horse. He was not on this horse for the last time, which the horse did win by a neck. And allowance, non-winners of 1. Probably most likely just coming back from May May. They just probably wanted to keep a work in him, basically, and it would be they doing a race. This horse is improving a lot. I like this horse, but I just don't know about this caliber of horses yet. They just couldn't find a spot that was a little easier for her, but horse has got talent. You got to admit that. But for me, I'm taking a step back off of this horse. The horse won last time as the favorite, which is nice, but that was at Delaware. But I'm going to take a pass, but I definitely must say this horse is very good. The 2, Uplunt Restraint. I'm not going to try that again. Anyway, Chad Brown, Joe Rosario combination here. You would think that'd be a bigger number at 8. It's only at 18%. Man, it is what it is. But you look at this horse last time out. Now remember, they are going a 1.1 miles. Last time out on a mile, the horse lost by a neck, but it just hung in there all the way around. So this horse is definitely a player, but for me, more on the bottom side of the exotics, if anything. Personally, I'm going to take a pass on this horse. This horse is a pressure type horse, sits really close to the pace. I just think there's other horses that are better in here. Totally Justified. Last time out, looked very good, 1.1 miles. Grade 3. This horse last time with Luis Saez staying aboard, by the way. Him and Arnold, when they team up, 30% wins, plus 19% on ROI. Not bad. This horse has got tons of talent. This is going to be one of your pressure type horses too. Could even find it herself on the lead. Maybe. But this is a pressure type horse that can hang in there, sit close enough to try to do some damage. The word is try. I think this horse is right on the right pace, right there. Personally, I think there's another horse better than this one. But I have to admit, this horse is a major player. I would not be 100% shocked to see this horse win. Look at the bloodlines justified out of a Galileo mare. Gotta like that, especially for the turf. Major player, so do not turn your back on this horse. Virgin Colada, the number 4. Got some talent, can close. This is a closer. The question is, will this horse have enough oomph to get up in time? Probably going to find himself a little bit farther back, or her a little bit farther back than she should. Irad's going to be aboard. That might help. That her chances on staying a little closer, maybe. I think she does have a shot at least hitting the board, which I believe that's what I'm saying is basically I'm using her on bottom side of my exactas and my tries. I think she's one of those down there that is good for that spot. The 5, Fionn. This horse last time did very good, closed very good. This is a closer. This one's going to sit mid-pack in this race. She's not like come super from behind. I don't think she won't be doing that. She can. Look, she was 7 lengths out of it when she won last time out. But I think she'll sit mid-pack. She can sit up there pretty close. You got Pratt, you got Cox combination. I don't need to say much more on that. She'll be flying. Definitely a shot. But for me, once again, bottom side of my exotics, the exactas and tries. Mayday ready. Well, her last race, not too bad. Pretty much ran even, but she just got annihilated in a grade 3, lost by 25 lengths, and she still finished 3rd. Right? She just didn't show much in that race. But then again, who could against Nitrogen? That horse had it pretty much their way with everybody that was running in that race. There was only a couple of them, right? I think it was 3. It might have been 4. Anyway, this jock, Frank Dettori, and this trainer, Lee, they hook up at 60%. But look at the ROI. 655% plus. They bring in numbers, right? So with that being said, horses got a shot here, but more of a price. I would demand a little bit more of a price personally. I would demand more like closer to 20 to 1 before I would even lay any money on her. I'm personally taking a seat back. I'm going to pass her because I believe the next horse is the one to beat, which is Nitrogen, the 7. This horse has done nothing wrong in its 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 last 5 races. And then even before that, you look at the 3 before that, they weren't bad at all. You got to love it. This horse was doing great. Went from a maiden, losing by a neck and went straight into graded stakes. Mark Casey definitely knew what he was doing with this horse, got this horse up there where the horse belonged. This is the horse to beat, period. Probably the best bet of the day. Jose knows this horse very well. So in my opinion, good luck, girls, to try to beat this horse. Yes, the 3 and the 5 and 4 all kind of have a shot a little bit, just a little bit. But I would throw them on the exactas and tries. I'm sorry. This one's a single. And if you're doing a try, I would single this one and then put the rest underneath. That's how I'm going to play it. Okay. So let's go and check out what Race Lens has, how they think this race is going to pan out. Yep. Race 11. All right, then. They see the 2, 3, 7, and 5 all going, They don't even see the 7 going out there in front, which I think the 7's going to be sitting second, maybe third at worst in this race. That's how I think it's going to happen. Midway, they think the 5, 2, 3, 4 are all just going to be battling it pretty big. I don't know if all 4 of them are going to be up there, but I do think 2 of the 4 will be battling it out pretty good. I do agree those 4 are pretty fast. And then the 7's going to take over about halfway through this race, maybe 3/4 of the race. She's just going to take over, I believe. And it's going to be, in my opinion, a walk in the park coming down the lane. But you know what? We have seen stranger things happen at Saratoga. Remember, that's where all the favorites go to die. All right, they come up with the 7, winning at 58% basically, and then you got the 5 at 15, and then 5 at 15. I think the 5 has a shot. And then you got the 3 at 9, 4 at 6, and the 2 at 5. Let's look at the true odds. They're saying 1 to 2 on nitrogen, 4 to 5 morning line. We're not going to get any odds, people. 1 to 2. Here is the factors on the turf to how I have played it. Speed, 3. Class is 5. Form is 3. Distance is 2. Jockey is 3. And then everything else, jockey trainer, pace, trainer, track angles, and track conditions, all at 2. That's how I have played it to come up with my figures. So now let's go and see what I think how the pick 5 is going to land. I think you guys know where I'm going with the single. I think it was obvious, but here we go. It starts in the 8th race. The 8th race, I think, is the most wide open race in the entire card. This race, honestly, this is when I'll be in a food line, getting something or a drink line, and just going, who won? Because I'm going to have the winner. I like the all button when it comes to the big 5. But in the race, I do like 7, 4, 8, 2 in that order. I will play a try with 7, 4, 8 with the 7, 4, 8, 2, 3, and then with the all. But I'm not going to be shocked if whoever wins. It doesn't matter. I think they all have some kind of shot. Of course, some have a better shot than others, of course, obviously. But they all have, if you look at some of those races and you go in depth, you can make an argument for all but maybe 2 of them, maybe. And so that's why I'm hitting the all button. All right, and the second leg, which is race number 9, I'm going the 4, 6 in my pick 5. And then in race 3, which is race 10, I'm going 5 deep there. I'm going 2, 4, 3, 8, and 6. And then, of course, that 11th race, I think everybody knows what I'm doing because I already tipped my hand. Yes, the 7. And then in the last race, the last leg, the 5th leg, the race number 12, I'm going 7, 11, or 11 to 7, excuse me, 10, 6. But that's how I like it. And when it comes to race number 9, I'm like 4, 6, 5, 1. I'm doing the exacta box 4, 6. And the 10th race, I'm doing 2, 4, 3, 8. I'm just doing exacta 2 over the 4. I'm just leaving it alone. That's it. And then in the 11th race, I like the 7. So we got 7, 3, 5, 4. I like the exact. I'm going to do the 7 on top of the 3, 5. I'm doing daily double the 7 on top of the 11, 7 in the 12th. And the 12th race, I like 11, 7, 10, 6. Do the exacta box, 11, 7. That's what I have. That's how I'm going to play it. So, you guys go out there, get some winners. Stay hydrated. It's going to be hot out there. Get your drink on, but do everything. Be safe. Have some fun. Get some winners. Until then, I will see you later and get some money.
Dan Oman here with some exciting news. DRF Formulator, the gold standard in past performance information, is now free, exclusively on DRF Bets. Join DRF Bets with the promo code WINNING. Get a $250 first deposit match bonus, a $10 free bet, and free Formulator already uploaded to your account. Access Formulator's premium features, including sortable trainer stats, race replays, personalized trip notes, and lots more. Free Formulator, exclusively on DRF Bets.
Welcome to Past the Wire TV, your #1 source for horse racing news and interviews, handicapping analysis, betting insights, and more. Past the Wire TV covers the biggest races at the best tracks.
Garnet and Luis Saez to win the Belmont Stakes at Saratoga.
The Grey Wizard is absolutely flying. Champagne won. The Grey Wizard. Oh, it's very close. Leave it to the judge.
Like, share, and subscribe to Past the Wire TV. Nobody does it better.
Here comes journalism. Here comes sovereignty. And they square off. Head into the final furlong. Sovereignty wins the Derby.
You're watching Past the Wire TV. Hit that like button and subscribe to Past the Wire TV. Nobody does it better.
Often imitated, never duplicated. Nobody does it better.